situation here. Let's see what Darien can do. Stopped by McGee, but put back by Bennett McDermott. That's a goal for the Blue Wave. Jordan with a deep three. No good. Front rim. Jack Tierney with the rebound. Roloff with the three. That's good. Splash.
Cut and turn, and he has now scored his first point.
So J.P. Heron is on the board for Darien and can't get it to go. DeMonicus with the rebound and puts it back up and in. Nice offensive board by Lindsay DeMonicus.
Nice play by Vandenbroek there. Oh, she's
Vandenbroek, and there is a short-handed goal by Shea Vandenbroek.
The Darien Athletic Foundation is proud to present high school varsity boys basketball this afternoon from Darien High School. It's the Darien Blue Wave taking on the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us on this DAF Media Network broadcast of high school boys basketball. Joining me this afternoon on the call is former Darien High School basketball player and Middlebury College basketball player, Liam Naughton. Liam, so glad you could be with us this afternoon.
Great to be here. Really excited for this game. Haven't seen a Darien game in about a year now, so I'm excited to see these guys play.
It should be good. And right next to Liam on the broadcast is the former Fairfield Ludlowe High School boys basketball coach, Brian Silvestro. Coach, always great seeing you. And these are two teams that come in here this afternoon with similar records. They've had their struggles in the conference this season, but they've been close on a number of occasions.
Yeah, I agree, Damien, as we talked about beforehand. In this league this year, anybody can be good one night. Ludlow's had their shots, just haven't been able to close out a lot of games.
Ludlowe is coached by John Daly in his 5th season as the Falcons head coach. Of course, Darien coached by Sharoy Bentley in his 6th season. And we are underway here. Sharoy Bentley, of course, played his high school ball at Harding High School in Bridgeport. So here we go. Fairfield Ludlowe in the blue. Darien in the home whites. Ludlowe moving from left to right on your screen. Darien from right to left. Just underway here from Darien High School. Damian Andrew alongside Liam Naughton and Brian Silvestro.
And that's got to be a faster switch up there. If 35 can start hitting down some shots for Fairfield Ludlowe, he's going to be open on that UCLA cut a lot.
The starting five for Ludlowe: Jeffrey Myers, Ty Stapleton, Cooper Nielsen, Jaden Tabois, and Christian Peterson. And that'll be steps on Nielsen. So Ludlowe turns it over. Darien starters: Justin Jordan, Will Rolap in the backcourt, a nice 1-2 punch. Henry Williams, Ryan Darby, and his brother Andrew Darby. And it looks like Ludlowe, coach, in a man-to-man defense to start things off here this afternoon.
And regularly 25, Christian Peterson is their go-to defender. 35, Christian.
Jack Tierney, the jumper on the baseline, is no good. Jordan called for steps. So no score. We're just underway here in this FCIAC boys basketball game between Fairfield Ludlowe and Darien. Ludlowe coming in 1-12 overall, 1-8 in the FCIAC. Darien 1-9 in the FCIAC, 4-9 overall.
Both teams coming out early in some sort of light man-to-man press, just applying a little pressure. Ludlowe able to break it really quickly there.
So Ludlowe gets on the board first. Christian Peterson. And that'll be a Darien turnover. It'll be Ludlowe basketball.
I know Coach Daly would like to see more of that with Jaden Tabois breaking down the defense a little bit. He's a good passer. Needs to be a little more aggressive.
As we mentioned at the outset, been a little bit of a struggle for Ludlowe this year. I talked to Coach Daly the other day. He said only one returning starter. Here's Darien pushing it up the court. Darby can't hit the layup, gets his own rebound, tries to kick it out. It's a turnover. Ludlowe ball. Good ball movement by the Falcons. And that'll be a charge on Ty Stapleton. Ty Stapleton, the senior guard, averaging 10 points a game. Their leading scorer.
And that was Henry Williams stepping in there for Darien. Really gutsy play, getting in front of the basket like that can really be a momentum changer early in games like this.
Under 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We are just getting started here from Darien High School. Jack Tierney in the paint. Too strong off the glass, gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in.
Got to put a body on him, I can see that.
Tierney's a big who can run the floor, great on the offensive boards. Tabois misses the jumper in the paint. Down court pass to Justin Jordan. The fake, lays it up and in. 4-2. Darien. And a Ludlowe turnover. So Darien goes into its half-court set here. Here's Jordan, penetration to the hoop, and it rolls in.
Damien, I've noticed that Ludlow's starting point guard is not in the game tonight. I don't know why. James Bork. And it looks like they're struggling to get the ball up.
So we'll keep an eye on that situation. Obviously, Ludlowe can ill afford to let Justin Jordan get going and starting to get into rhythm. Christian Peterson misses the layup, and here comes the Blue Wave. Henry Williams on the far side of the court with the ball. And that is going to be a foul on Darien away from the ball.
And that's two different ways now that Ludlowe has defended that ball screen with Justin Jordan. One time they forced him away from the screen and he took it all the way to the basket. The second time forced him into the screen and he settled for a three-pointer. Might be a indication of how they want to guard him moving forward.
Want to give a quick shout out to our camera one operator, Ted Brennan, bringing us the visuals this afternoon. Nice move inside by Nielsen. Can't get it to go down. The offensive board no good. And here's Jack Tierney. Up ahead to Williams. A little out of control, and that'll be Ludlowe ball as Williams loses it out of bounds. Coach Silvestro, two of the really terrific, I think, young coaches in the FCIAC on the sidelines this afternoon, and Sharoy Bentley done a terrific job with the Darien program, although they are struggling a bit this year. And of course, John Daly.
John Daly, I'd like to take credit for that comment, but John's done a great job. We all know the story. He lost some good impact players, younger to Greens Farms Academy. It's a rebuilding year for sure, but there's no quit in the team for sure.
As we mentioned, Ludlowe with just one returning starter. And of course, Ludlowe, not too long ago, Coach, had a big win over Trumbull, and Trumbull's had a good season. Nice baseline jumper by Cooper Nielsen.
I would say Cooper's been the biggest surprise this year, Damien. Didn't start at the beginning of the year. Fearless, goes to the rim. He's helped a lot.
And that's a foul on Jeffrey Myers of Ludlowe. It'll be Darien ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Will Rolap gets it to Jordan. The three's no good. The rebound by Stapleton. Strong move, too hard off the glass by Jackson Began. Here's Williams. Takes it strong to the
That's
rim.
a nice
That's
take.
a great take.
Yeah, it was.
8-4 Darien here in the early going, under 3 minutes left. The three is good by Ty Stapleton.
Great decision there from Cooper Nielsen. Coach, you were saying he's looked really impressive, didn't attack all the way to the rim, found the open man for the three-pointer.
Yeah, he's really played with his head, and it's been a big surprise for the coach and a good one.
Here's Rolap, kicks it out to Tierney. Inside to Jordan, little alley-oop, can't convert it.
Right idea.
And Ludlowe will push the pace. A little out of control that time by Nielsen. The turnover, here's Will Rolap. The pull-up jumper is good. Blue Wave up 3. Stapleton thought about it, resets. Here's Tablois on the far side of the court. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to this DAF Media Network broadcast of high school boys basketball. Damian Andrew alongside Liam Naughton and Brian Silvestro, the former Fairfield Ludlowe boys basketball head coach. And that'll be steps on Nielsen. So, Coach, your early impressions here in this first half. We got a minute 14 remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, as I mentioned to you, I had not seen Darien play. I've seen Ludlowe play a bunch of times. Darien seems very organized. I like the way they run their offense. They're patient. And I think it's also probably brought the level up from Ludlowe a little bit. They're showing a lot more energy today. Maybe they need more of these 1 o'clock Saturday games. I don't know. And the other thing is Ty Stapleton, 21. The kid is a flat-out great shooter. Just needs to shoot it more.
Yeah, Coach Daly talked about him as being really one of the catalysts on this Ludlowe team. Can shoot the basketball from the perimeter. He's got some size. And this is a Darien team. We mentioned Ludlowe had that quality win over Trumbull, their only win in the conference this season. Darien's had a few close calls against Ridgefield and Wilton, They lost by 2 in both of those games. Here's Tierney up top for 3, and the big fella steps outside and drains it. Under a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
If you have a center who's as dangerous as him close to the basket and can step out like that, it becomes a real challenge to guard, especially with these younger teams like Ludlowe that are rebuilding. Haven't seen that type of ability before.
Ian Bentley fouled by Tierney, and Bentley will go to the line.
So Darien reloaded a little bit with a center that can shoot the ball and play like Alex last year. Boy, he was tough. Was that last year?
Yes, it was. Coach Silvestro talking about Alex Preston, the Darien alum who was a standout on the basketball and volleyball teams.
He was a nightmare matchup for anybody.
He's now playing Division III college basketball out on the West Coast at Pomona Pitzer.
Fantastic.
Used to be Pomona College. They've combined.
We actually brought him up to Middlebury. He visited us
Did
up
you
there,
really?
and he, I guess he liked the weather down in Southern California a bit better than Vermont.
So here we go, under 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Looks like Darien will settle for the last shot here, run some clock, 13-9, Blue Wave up 4. Will Rolap, baseline move.
Nice take.
Hesitation,
Another good
he
take.
scores, and that will do it.
Strong move.
For the end of the first quarter, an entertaining first quarter at that. Darien up 15-9 here at Darien High School. See, I told you guys before this game we'd had some fun on this broadcast. Liam, I want to ask you, obviously you played it here at Darien, played up at Middlebury. We had John Humphrey, who I told you about before our broadcast, on the broadcast about a week and a half ago. The all-time leading scorer in Middlebury College history lives now in Darien. But talk about your days up at Middlebury College. Great athletic program, great broad-based athletic program up there.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I can't speak highly enough of it. Jeff Brown, the coach up there, has been there since the early 2000s and has really set about building a program that can consistently compete. We already are known for our football programs. Our women's sports programs are fantastic, but the basketball team has won 4 NESCAC championships in I think the past 11 years, including the past 2. They're ranked number 6 in the country right now, having another great season. It was a joy to play up there, but I was really prepared for it by my time in Darien. Great youth program here that taught me all the skills that I need to come up and play at that level.
Coach Silvestro, you take in a lot of basketball. I know you throughout the season. You watch a lot of games. You miss being over on that bench at all?
Yeah, there's no question I do. I miss the relationship with the boys. And when we have some time, we'll talk a little bit more about the league this year and kind of finishing up on what you started there with some of these close games. We can skip my career at Wesleyan, though, if you want to.
Looks like Ludlowe has shifted here into a 3-2 zone. Trying to keep the ball away from the basket, I guess.
James Bork's in the game. This is pretty much of a guard-oriented group, some young guys. And meanwhile, wholesale substitutions, a la Harding at the table. Yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth. Coach Daly making some wholesale substitutions here. He's going to bring a new 5 out onto the court, it looks like, at the next whistle.
Darien has to work to get in the ball to the high post. They've tried a few times. They've been looking for it. As soon as the ball gets in there, the zone collapses, and there's weak side passes available.
There's Rolap, corner 3.
It's a good look.
Got it.
Good skip pass.
Rolap, of course, played on the Darien High School football team, which won its 3rd straight state championship in the fall. 3 football players out on the floor right now with Peter Bradle and Mitch Pryor. Mitch Pryor, of course, the tremendous running back for the Blue Wave in the fall. And as the PA announcer here at Darien High School, Anthony Sweeney, just said, mass substitutions for the Ludlowe Falcons. Rolap with the ball out front. Here's Jordan. Jordan, penetration off the window, it's good. As I said to you guys a little while ago, Jordan is a player that Ludlowe can ill afford to let get hot.
See that.
Down court pass to Bradle, tries to get it to Tierney, the turnover. Here comes Nielsen, nice pass to Stapleton for 2.
Darien has been slow getting back a few times off the turnovers or broken presses. Ludlowe needs to start taking advantage of that if they're going to stay in this game moving forward.
Here's Rolap trying to get in the lane. He's going to be fouled. And that'll be a foul on Ty Stapleton, the senior guard. Ryan Darby comes into the game, replacing Justin Jordan. He'll get a breather on the bench. Bradle gets it to Tierney. Here's Tierney, has the ball stripped. Bradle has it, the jumper's no good. Pryor with the offensive rebound, out to Rolap. Under 6 minutes remaining in the first half, 20-11 Darien. Nice spin move in the lane by Rolap. There's going to be a foul on the floor. And Jeffrey Myers, the junior guard for Ludlowe, called for the foul.
You know, it's interesting to me, Damien, that Sharoy has his own style. I've seen so many games that his dad coached. And, you know, obviously adapts to the talent that he has here and the style. And I'm, again, really impressed with their patience and their fundamentals.
Of course, you're alluding to Sharoy's dad, Charlie Bentley, who carved out quite a coaching career at Harding High School. 651 wins when he retired. That was the second most in state history, 9 state titles. Nielsen has a shot blocked by Tierney. And Bentley, Charlie Bentley, that is, coached a number of big-time players, including Charles Smith, John Bagley, who played for the Celtics.
Current coach of Harding, John Bagley, yeah.
Smith played in the NBA as well. Yeah,
Right.
Baggs is back at Harding High, coaching his alma mater, trying to revive that program, which has struggled over the last few years. The deep jumper by Tabois is no good, and here's Will Rolap, and he'll set the Darien offense. Damian Andrew alongside Liam Naughton, Darien class of 2013, and former Fairfield Ludlowe boys basketball head coach Brian Silvestro. Bradle can't get it to go. Myers with the rebound. Here's Tabois.
Jaden's a transfer from Fairfield Prep, came here with high expectations. Again, I'd like to see him be more aggressive. He's a talented kid. I think feeling his way around the league. That's a good look.
Nice backdoor cut by Stapleton, and Christian Peterson found him. No, you mentioned Tabois. I talked to Coach Daly about him. He still has high hopes for Jaden. Henry Williams at the top of the key, takes it all the way in for 2, gets to the bucket and scores.
Didn't see much help on defense there, Liam, did you?
No, none at all. And that's his second strong take of the day. I would not want him attacking the rim, especially if you're not going to provide the help that you need.
The deep 3 by Cooper Nielsen rolls off the rim, out of bounds. It'll be Darien ball here, under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. It's been a really quick first half here from Darien High School.
Refs are letting him play. They're moving the ball. It's a physical game, but it's going to go quickly, especially if we keep up this pace.
There's Williams. And that's going to be a foul on Christian Peterson. So it'll be Darien ball out of bounds. Will Rolap gets it to Williams, takes it strong. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Henry Williams of Darien. Coach Silvestro, I asked you if you missed coaching. Liam, let me ask you, you got to miss playing. You got to miss being out there with the guys.
It's tough to sit here and not want to just run over there and put on a uniform.
I know you're doing some youth coaching right now.
I am. I'm coaching a 7th grade team for the local YMCA. The boys are playing well. We have a game tomorrow. Moved it up a little bit so they could get it done before the Super Bowl. But No, it's definitely been a good experience, and still though miss every day getting out there and getting to play at a high level.
As do I. And it's been a long time since I've played organized ball. Here's Williams in the open floor. Circus shot is no good.
So in my day, that would be a travel, but I call it a Euro step
It's
now.
a Euro step.
Yeah.
Stapleton's jumper no good. And Rolap with the ball.
Every shot Tyler's taken today has been short.
Rolap, strong move, and he's going to be fouled by Nielsen. Nielsen didn't particularly like that call, but caught him with the body as Rolap takes it strong to the hoop.
Darien has been exceptionally strong on the board so far this game on both ends, not giving Ludlowe a lot of second opportunities while getting a lot for themselves, and that's led to some easy offense.
Here's Rolap, corner three is good.
Great job drawing the defense there and kicking it just to the right spot.
And John Daly wants a timeout to talk things over, but that's the second corner three from that exact same spot by Will Rolap in this game. It's a full timeout. Darien has extended its lead now, 25-13, up 12. Last season, Fairfield Ludlowe went 9-11, 8-8, qualified for the state tournament. That will not be the case this year. Darien, as I mentioned, coming into this game, 1-9 in the FCIAC, 4-9 overall.
So, Damien, you made a comment before about the league and some of the games. I think a couple stick out to me. One is when Richfield came to Ludlow, and Ludlow basically had the lead 99% of the game, lost at the buzzer. Played with them. And I go up and see Wilton play Ward, and Ward didn't miss a shot and blew them out.
Yeah.
Wilton and Ridgefield up at Wilton. Ridgefield beats them, and then Wilton lose to Central. I mean, it'd be a fun year to coach this year. You can show up and play with anybody.
Yeah.
Paul Dzinski's in the stands from St. Joe's. They haven't won a game, I don't think. And how many close games have they had? So the league has changed. It's become almost more of a suburban league, which is interesting, which is another topic for another day. But still good basketball.
A lot of parity. That's never a bad thing, certainly. You mentioned that Ridgefield game. Fairfield Ludlowe was up 15 in the second half and ended up losing that game. They were up 6 with 2 minutes to go against Brian McMahon, lost that game. So Coach Daly said, got to put together fourth quarters. Right now they got to get back in this game, down 25-13, under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's Henry Williams.
Good look.
Inside
really good
to Darby. Can't get it to go. Good defense by Stapleton, and Peterson to Stapleton, over to Nielsen, misses the layup. Stapleton, the offensive board, and he's going to be fouled. Mentioned Henry Williams a couple times in this game. He's going to play baseball at Duke. Terrific pitcher.
Wow.
And
That's great.
he's got a great form on his jump shot. Here's Stapleton at the free throw line, makes the first of his 2 free throws.
Going back to Henry Williams, clearly a terrific athlete. He's taken the ball really strong to the rim a few times. They took a charge on him last time, and that's how you have to dissuade him from attacking the rim with such abandon moving forward.
Can't get the second one. Under 2 minutes left, 25-14, Blue Wave up. Justin Jordan with the ball. Gets it to Rolap on the left wing. In the corner to Williams. Swings it cross-court pass to Jordan. He wasn't really expecting that. There's Darby, kicks it out to Williams. The jumper's up, no good. And that'll be a foul called on Andrew Darby. And Jack Tierney checks back into the game, the big fella, the senior. And Darby, Andrew that is, will take a breather.
One thing that's striking me about today's game is Ludlow's inability to shoot from the outside has really limited their chances and their choices. And much easier to guard that way.
And the one thing that Darien has done pretty consistently this season, despite their record, is guard the ball. Here's Stapleton in the open floor. Strong move, can't get the finger roll. Going the other way. Jordan pushes it up ahead to Williams. The three is pure.
And he missed one from that spot a minute ago that looked really good. So I had a lot of confidence that that one was going in. You don't give a shooter too many from the same spot.
If you're a coach, you have to love his form. I've been so impressed with Henry Williams' form shooting the basketball. Tabois gets loose underneath.
Man, that's good to see. Yeah, that play, Damien, a missed layup turns into a breakaway three for Darien. I'm not happy if I'm the Ludlowe coach when I see that.
So time running out here in the first half. Williams' three is good from the other side of the floor. Here's Jordan, no good on the Ludlowe turnover. The heave at the buzzer, and that'll do it for the first half. Darien up 31-16. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be back with second half action here on the DAF Media Network. Welcome back on the DAF Media Network. We are at the half. High school boys basketball, Darien and Ludlowe. The Blue Wave lead 31-16. Damian Andrew joined by Liam Naughton, Darien class of 2013. And of course the former head coach of the Fairfield Ludlowe boys basketball program, Brian Silvestro. And guys, we're about ready to get the second half underway, but I'll start with you, Liam. Your impressions so far of this ball game?
Yeah, so far I've been really impressed with Darien. Coach and I were talking. They're moving their feet really well on defense, not missing assignments. The problem I've seen so far with them is not getting back quickly enough, and Ludlowe just hasn't made them pay for that. I think Ludlowe's left 6 or 8 points on the board just from beating Darien down the floor and then missing a shot. So this game could be much closer if they start converting on those opportunities.
Coach Silvestro, what does Ludlowe have to do down by double digits here to get back in this ball game?
A couple things come to mind, Damien. One is that they've got to get the ball inside out. Their offense got to be more inside out. They've got shots for the commander. Here's one right now. If this kid ever gets going, and unfortunately tonight he's having a tough night, Stapleton, that would make a big difference.
Peterson, though, with the offensive rebound. Here's Tabois. Kicks it out to Nielsen. Nielsen trying to get it to Peterson.
Great rotation by Justin Jordan there on that steal.
And a nice strong move to the basket by Jeffrey Myers, the junior guard.
Haven't called his name yet tonight. Plays hard. Again, I think the team's just got to be more aggressive. Let's see what they come out of the half doing.
Ludlowe in a man-to-man defense here to start the second half. Here's Williams from the corner, no good. Peterson the rebound, gets it ahead to Myers. Myers running the floor. Inside to Peterson, nice pass.
Haven't seen Ludlowe push the ball very much, sorry, Lima, and those 2 times they did, paid off. Let's see if the tempo changes.
That's what I was talking about. Darien's a little slow getting back. They're watching the ball as it goes up rather than 4 attacking, 1 getting back on D.
Here's Darby, gets it out to Williams. And the runner
too easy
by Ryan Darby is good. Darien up 13 here in the early going of the second half. Peterson left alone, throws up an air ball. It's cleared away by Williams, and the steal by Peterson. Nice pass to Myers, and that is going to be a blocking foul on Ryan Darby.
Lean and I had the same reaction there. As soon as that young man turned, we knew he was not going to get the call. It's so hard to get kids to take charges these days.
He was a half step slow and a little bit afraid of the contact.
Exactly.
Turns his body just a hair.
Exactly. I saw it coming.
Ref's waiting on that one. Ludlowe really needs someone besides Cooper Nielsen to start getting things going towards the hoop. There's too much of just passing around the outside, moving laterally rather than vertically. Need to start getting things towards the rim moving forward.
As we talked at the half, I think Tabois has the ability to do that. Just needs a shot of confidence.
Jackson Began checking into the game for Fairfield Ludlowe. Myers at the line. Misses.
Good.
Here's Williams from the left wing. Off the front of the iron. Another thing Darien has done well in this game is rebounded on the offensive glass.
They've given themselves several second chance opportunities and converted on a majority of them, including here. That could have been a foul, but you're getting 2 shots every time down the floor. You're eventually just going to have a numbers game where you end up with more points.
There's Myers. Myers on the baseline. Nielsen trying to split the defense. Ludlowe being patient. That's going to be off of Tierney, out of bounds, so it'll stay Ludlowe ball. Pretty good crowd here for a Saturday afternoon basketball game in the FCIAC. This game was originally supposed to be played last night, but schedule change, and so the freshman, JV, and varsity teams all playing today here at Darien High School. Peterson inside, too hard off the window. Williams comes away with it, brings it up the floor. Gets it to Jordan on the left wing. He goes baseline, he's tied up, and he's going to be called for steps. So he had 3 defenders around him in the pivot, and he's called for traveling.
Darien's been able to play a really soft man-to-man half-court defense, and they're collapsing and making it very hard for Ludlowe to penetrate, and that's because there's nothing that they can do to go back outside with. And if you watch, they're very good with their assignments.
James Bork with the ball for Ludlowe. He also has a brother on the team, Michael Bork. I want to thank everybody for tuning into this DAF media broadcast of high school boys basketball. Damian Andrew alongside Liam Naughton and Brian Silvestro. Here's Stapleton up top, over to Bork.
Ludlowe is just very content, despite being down, to use a lot of time on each of these possessions. I know you want a good shot, but sometimes you just need to start moving the issue towards the basket, getting things going, rather than just passing around the outside.
And nearly a steal by Jordan. Stapleton with the ball. The jumper by Ian Bentley, no good. Stapleton up top for 3, and that is pure. And Liam, that's how you get back in the game right there.
That is. I believe that's their first 3 they've hit today.
Ludlowe within 10 now. Trying to get it to single digits. Darby in the lane. He gets the bounce.
Too easy on the penetration there. Yeah, I agree with you, Liam. The offense is stagnant. There's no other word for it. I'm looking for better cuts, better screens, and consequently, Darien is able to sag on them and really make things tough.
And I think they're really missing Cooper Nielsen, who just went to the bench a couple minutes ago. He was willing to push the ball, get into the teeth of defense, and try and make something happen.
I agree.
Stapleton kicks it to Jackson Began. Began the 3, no good. Andrew Darby with the rebound. Here's Justin Jordan up ahead to Ryan Darby. The brothers Darby in the game. That's going to be a foul on Ty Stapleton.
Just that simple play there with Tierney cutting through the lane. That kind of movement makes things happen. I don't see enough of it on the other end. Let's see if Cooper Nielsen gives them a little bit of a shot in the arm here. It's getting late.
You want to at least cut this game to single digits by the 4th quarter. Give yourself a chance. Anything can happen in those last 8 minutes.
Just talking like a coach now, Liam. That's the mentality for sure.
Williams, the pull-up off the back of the iron.
Good look.
And Ludlowe turns it over. Here's Jordan. Gets it to Rolap for 3. Good.
That's a great shot.
Nice ball movement.
Right in the shooting pocket. Great shot.
And I believe that is a foul on Ryan Darby. Ludlowe basketball. Here's Tabois. Brings it across the midcourt stripe.
I think Tabois can do a lot more on the offensive end, too. He's got a mismatch in terms of speed right now with Mitchell Pryor. He should look to exploit that. Another good shot there.
And the 3 is good. Ty Stapleton. This lead hovering around 10, 12 points. Ludlowe just can't get over the hump. Cut it to single digits. Here's Rolap into the paint. The pull up is good.
That's a tough shot.
nearly a Darien steal. And Ian Bentley knocks down the jumper just inside the three-point line. Under a minute remaining here in the third quarter in a varsity boys basketball game that is just flying by here. And that'll be steps on Rolap in the paint. Peter Bradle checks into the game for Darien. He replaces Justin Jordan, who takes a seat on the bench. Tabois looking to get the ball in. He does. Then he throws it down court to Nielsen, who saves it, but right into the hands of Mitchell Pryor.
John Daly pulling out what little hair he has left on that pass. Good opportunity for not.
John Daly, well, both of these coaches, for that matter, two of the real good guys in the FCIAC. Under 20 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Looks like Darien will be content to run some clock here, and Bentley wants a timeout to talk it over. With 12.7 seconds remaining in the third quarter, Darien up 12 with a 40-28 lead.
I'm looking for Darien here probably to try and get the ball in the hands of Rolap. He just made a tough three, a tough pull-up jumper. He's felt it all game. He's been aggressive on offense. I'm looking for him to have the ball, especially with Justin Jordan not being in right now.
Rolap has played well in this game, no doubt about it. Such a heady player, terrific athlete. I mentioned in the first half he played on the Darien high school football team in the fall.
Yeah, he takes care of the ball. Does a good job. You mentioned Tabois before, Liam. If his outside shot is not there, because of his size, it seems like he could back down some of these people inside. Doesn't go in there a lot. Maybe something he should think about doing.
I think that's definitely something that he should look at. I mean, earlier he was being guarded by number 21 in white, Mitchell Pryor. I think he'd have a speed advantage there, but depending on who gets switched on to him, he can definitely take advantage of some mismatches.
So here we go, the final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Ryan Darby with the ball. Here's Rolap working on Bork, and they're not going to get a shot off, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Darien with a 40-28 lead.
Interesting decision to call that timeout. Looked like they were trying to set up something on this side for Williams' double screen. Couldn't get open. I thought Ludlowe did a good job of defending it. I probably retired with thousands of timeouts in my pocket, and that's probably where I'm coming from right now. But that was taught to me by, I don't know if you remember Walter Fitzgerald, Damien.
Yes.
But,
yes.
You know, he coached my boys. He's a lifetime JV coach, terrific guy. Just would not use timeouts unless it was absolutely imperative.
You know, Coach, I said at the outset of this broadcast how much you enjoy watching. I've seen you at gyms throughout southwestern Connecticut since you left the coaching ranks. But who have you seen in the FCIAC this season that has really impressed you?
Team-wise or individual-wise?
Team-wise.
Team-wise. You know, when I saw Wilton play the first time, which was at Ward, first quarter or so, I said, this has got to be the best team in the FCIAC. Now,
Yeah.
Ward made every shot they took,
Yep.
and they took a beating that day.
And they blew him out. Yeah.
Yep. I like what Joel does. I like what he does with the talent he has. So I thought right then and there they might be the best team. I can't tell you now. Danbury's the only one I haven't seen other than on tape a little bit.
Yep.
Obviously a good team. But right now I think it's a complete toss-up. Anybody that can get into the tournament this year can win the tournament, which is unusual.
So here we go, the final 8 minutes. And I want to revisit what we were just talking about. You know, the FCIAC has some really talented young coaches. You mentioned Joel Gariak. You know, this is a conference that's seen the likes of Dave Schulz, Vito Montelli, Mike Walsh, Charlie Bentley. There are some really talented young coaches here, kind of a new wave here in the FCIAC.
Absolutely. Some that I know better than others, but Tom Keys at Norwalk does a great job.
You mentioned Joel, had the chance to talk to him the other day. Darien played the Warriors here at DHS. The DAF Media Network did that game. And I had the chance to talk to Joel, and he has really built, what he has done at Wilton is he has built a program, not just coaching a team from year to year.
No question.
So Ludlowe stays in there man-to-man. Here's Darby with the ball. That's Ryan Darby. Mitch Pryor. And looks like Darien head coach Sheroy Bentley is content to run some clock here.
They've had the ball for
stages.
nearly a full minute. Fairfield Ludlowe hasn't touched it. You're down by 12. You need to get out there, pressure the ball everywhere.
Darien coming off a non-conference win over University. And that is going to be a foul call on Christian Peterson.
I haven't seen Darien take too many bad shots. Again, credit to the coaching staff, but very smart with the ball. They understand the situation. You like to see that in the team.
And that'll really serve them well down the stretch of their season. When certain teams start playing loose, they start playing fast. Darien seems very regimented. They know what they want to accomplish with each time they touch the ball, and that's really going to help them out moving forward.
Bradle, the second one, rattles in and out. Here comes Nielsen.
That's a good move.
All the way to the bucket, and it slips in for two.
Maybe a little full court pressure here. Let's see what happens after a make at least.
Ryan Darby picking up his dribble, gets it to Bradle, to Pryor, back to Bradle. There's Rolap. The floater, no good. Nielsen working on Darby, into the lane. Nice move by Cooper Nielsen for two.
If anyone can ignite him, it's definitely Cooper Nielsen. I've seen it time and time again.
So the Darien lead now is down to 9, and to your point, Coach, Nielsen, I've been impressed with him on the court this afternoon. Saturday afternoon basketball in the FCIAC, and that'll be a foul on Cooper Nielsen. How often do we see that in basketball? You make a nice play on the offensive end, then you pick up a foul that maybe you didn't want to pick up.
Trying to do too much after you do something.
In a positive way, he really knows only one speed, which you like.
Right. Rolap, corner three. This time it's no good. Darby with the rebound, and it rattles in.
Just out-toughed him.
Yeah.
Again, Liam, those second chance points for Darien have hurt Ludlowe this afternoon.
I said it earlier. It's at the end of the game, a lot of basketball is a numbers game. If you give people too many shots, and great take there for the N1.
So that's James Bork. We talked about him earlier. I wonder if he's not under the weather today. That's his game as well. Liam, he does go to the rim and can make things happen. He's a sophomore. Big things expected of him.
I was going to say Bork only a sophomore. James, that is. His brother Michael's a senior.
It looks like they called off that bucket, said the foul was before.
Oh, yeah.
Before he went up with it. That one he was going up.
That's a foul on Justin Jordan. And that'll be his third foul. So Cooper Nielsen at the line trying to cut in to that Darien lead. Misses the first one.
And I think that's Fairfield Ludlowe's fourth missed foul shot, maybe third or fourth. And those are free points that really are going to help in the end of the fourth quarter.
Nielsen gets the second one. And that's out of bounds off of James Bork. It'll be Darien ball on the side. Rolap. Out front with the ball, working on Bork. Gets to the hoop, throws it up, no good, but he's going to be fouled by Bork.
Nothing drives a coach more crazy than fouling someone on a crazy shot. A little surprised. That didn't seem like a typical Darien shot or play today. Kind of forced it, but rewarded with foul shots.
In and out on the first. Want to thank everybody again for tuning in to this DAF media broadcast of high school boys basketball. Damian Andrew, Liam Naughton, and Brian Silvestro with you this afternoon in a game that has been all Darien.
Coach, how annoyed are you by empty trips to the foul line?
I'm just saying, we keep talking about that single-digit game. They're on the verge of doing it, and why? Because of missed foul shots.
That was a nice backdoor cut.
Oh, that's a good look right there.
Darby, the second effort is good.
That's just hard work, getting rewarded.
There's Bort getting into the lane. And he is going to be fouled by Will Rolap.
Ryan Darby checks back in and replaces Henry Williams.
Darien, 5-team fouls. Ludlowe, 5-team fouls. And Nielsen, uncontested underneath.
Darby was not happy about that. Felt that he had been tripped.
Yeah. There's just no box out on that play. Ludlowe got lucky.
45-35, Darien up 10 with under 4 minutes remaining. Here's Stapleton for three. No good. Tierney the rebound. So if you're Ludlowe head coach John Daly, you got to get your team going now here in these final 4 minutes if you want to get back in this game. No basket.
No basket.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I'm looking for double teams and rotations, and but Darien beats them down the floor. It's been happening all game. Hard to get back into a pressure defense when you can't beat the other team down the floor.
And Ludlowe really has been cold from the perimeter, Coach.
Yeah,
Not been able to knock down an outside jumper.
We don't have a stat sheet here, but I don't think it would be pretty.
We're in the early stages of DAF media. Don't have the statistician right next to us. That's coming. Here's Darby underneath, and it's good. He has played well for Darien this afternoon.
I've been impressed with both Darby's and Mitchell Pryor coming off the bench as well. They all know what they need to do, and that was a shoulder check. That was football coming through right there.
Here's Jordan the other way for two, and Darien starting to run away. Coach Daly wants a timeout.
There's a certain toughness I saw there in those last 30 seconds that you can't really coach. Just instinct. You know, referees also appreciate that, and it went Darien's way for sure, as it should have.
You know, had a great opportunity to cover Sherroy Bentley here in southwestern Connecticut when he played at Harding High School, and he was a terrific offensive player. Obviously played for his father Charlie at Harding, went on to play in college at St. Joe's for the great Phil Martelli down there. And he was a terrific offensive player, but here's the one thing about his team since he's been here at Darien. They play tough on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more you can say about it. Coaches who adapt their style to the talent they have. He's not running 15 guys in 5 at a time like his dad did. He's not pressing all over the court. You know, I always said, Damien, his dad's teams never really could play man-to-man and never learned how to play man-to-man. They just chased the ball.
Right.
And Sherroy has taught these guys how to play.
Yeah, right. No doubt.
I'm impressed.
If you look at Darien, they've always had good athletes. You look at their success in football and success in lacrosse, you would hope that had transferred over to basketball sooner. But they have talented athletes, and if you can teach talented athletes how to work hard on man and be in the right position, you're going to be a good defensive team.
Obviously, they had Alex Preston the last 2 seasons, right? But I think people forget because they got bounced in the first game, but they were the 2 seed last year going into the FCIAC tournament. They got bounced by Danbury in the opening round. Had a great regular season.
And that happens. Good teams have off nights, and in single elimination tournaments or easy tournaments, that can happen very quickly.
Yep, absolutely.
in this age of specialization, too, it puts a big smile on my face to see so many dual sport athletes
no
playing
question.
here.
And that, coach, has been a big debate, as you know, over the last several years, the specialization or the multi-sport athletes. Obviously, when you and I were growing up and played, you played 2 or 3 sports, and I see a lot more of that nowadays after an age of specialization. Here's Nielsen into the lane. The scoop shot's good.
Nielsen for Ludlowe and then Andrew Darby for Darien have been the MVPs for each of their teams. I think Andrew Darby has about 8 points in this fourth quarter, mostly off second chance layups.
Exactly, and we saw a little glimpse of a half-court press from Darien, which I really liked there with the big man up the top, causing some problems.
Here's Jordan, gets into the lane, has the ball batted out from behind by Cooper Nielsen, out of bounds off of Nielsen.
Liam and I were talking about Darien's remaining schedule. I'm sure I'm not the first one to say this, but if they get those 8 wins, they're going to cause someone some trouble.
No question. They're going to be a tough out in the state tournament. Obviously have a ways to go. This would be their 5th win if they hold on here. They'd need 3 more wins to qualify for the state tournament.
If you look at that remaining schedule, they have games against teams right around them in the
Yeah,
FCIAC standings. New Canaan, Staples.
Yeah.
Norwalk's a pretty good team. That'll be a good game. Harding is still on the schedule as well, and I believe West Hill might be their last 5th game.
All winnable games
All very
if you're
winnable.
Darien.
Yeah, and I guess saying that, I wouldn't rule them out of the FCIAC tournament either. As an A seed, I wouldn't want to play them as well. So they got a lot to look forward to.
They would really need to run the table to get into FCIACs. Here's Jordan, makes the first one. And like I said, tough losses to quality teams. Ridgefield, Wilton. I mean, to lose at Ridgefield by 2 in that environment up there, that's a good effort.
And I can speak to that firsthand. My opening game, my junior year at Darien, we played at Ridgefield and we lost by 50 points. It was the most lopsided loss of my career, and that's not a fun environment. So a 2-point loss there, that's a 10-point win at home.
Yeah, right. There's Tabois at the line, makes his first one.
Student sections have become a new thing in the league, which I think is really great. And they've got kids going to the game and following their teams.
And there are certain schools that, quite frankly, do it better than other schools with their student body. Ridgefield is one of those schools where the students come out en masse. Rolap regains control of the ball. Here's Jordan, wide open in the corner. They'll pull it out and run some clock here under 2 minutes left in the game. Darien up 53-39 rather. And you know, that game here against Wilton was a game that if you're head coach Joel Gariak of Wilton, you ran to the bus, coach, because Wilton was up comfortably late in the second half. And in the final 3 minutes, Darien made quite a run to get it to within 2. Tough call late in the game. Could have been a foul, which would have sent Darien to the line to potentially tie the game. And it was a no call. And Wilton runs out of here with a big conference win.
Well, I think when you talk about dual sport athletes, what impresses me about the Darien kids is they don't seem like players are going to back down. They're going to make smart decisions. They've been in a lot of battles in their careers, and no, I'd be concerned if I were playing them in a tournament game. I really would.
And kids that come from cultures of other sports where they've won, they're coming from football where they've won 3. They know how to win games when it matters. They know how to play in playoff games. Regardless of the sport, that mentality does not change.
Great point.
And by the way, they might have the coolest uniforms in the league, too. So
I know. Where were these when I was there?
Darien in their home whites, Ludlowe in the road blues. The 3 is up, and it is good by Patrick Kilbride, the sophomore guard. Another sophomore off the bench here for Ludlowe, coach.
Yep, Cooper made that happen. Matt's one of the sophomores that I was talking to Liam about. good shooter and strong sophomore class.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that Fairfield Ludlowe's girls basketball team with a big win over Darien the other day at Ludlowe, a game really that both teams really needed, especially Ludlowe. They were on the outside. They are on the outside looking in, just on the outside of that FCIAC playoff picture. Second-year head coach Sarah Kinsley, who is a second-grade teacher here in Darien, has done a terrific job with the Falcons program.
I know Sarah. I've coached a couple of her brothers. It's a great family, and she is doing a wonderful job there with a very young team also.
Played her college basketball at Gettysburg down in southeastern Pennsylvania. And Jordan gets them both. So here we are under a minute remaining in this game between Fairfield Ludlowe and Darien. Nielsen, the jumper's no good. And Darby, Ryan Darby that is, with the rebound. It's tough with those Darby brothers both on the floor at the same time. They look alike. You can tell they're brothers.
24 and 42.
24 and 42, huh? That's on purpose.
You know, Damien, I always thought if you could keep a team in the 40s in this league, whatever talent you had, you can win a game.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing today.
No doubt, no doubt. There's Jordan running clock up top. Tierney cross-court pass to Rolap, and Jordan with the ball. So Darien going to play keep away right here for the final 10 seconds of this game, and a big conference home win. Darien's second straight win. 55-42 will be the final as the Blue Wave get one here at home. Their second conference win. So they go to 2-9 in the FCIAC. And Ludlowe falls to 1-9 in the FCIAC, 1-13 overall. Coach Silvestro, your thoughts of this one? Well, obviously, Darien pretty much controlled things throughout.
Yeah, hearing you recite their league record, I shake my head because this is a really good team at 2-9. Obviously, the close games against good teams could have gone their way. Maybe the FCIAC is a long shot, but I think they're really going in the right direction. Obviously, a credit to the coaching staff. Ludlowe is still a team trying to find their identity. They play a lot of guys. They've got some young players that have shown some signs, but I'm sure Lean would agree, maybe seeing them for the first time, there are certain players that can play the game that just need to let it loose. And I'm a defensive-minded guy anyway, and I'd just like to see a little bit more pressure on the other team and some of the finer points of boxing down, getting some offensive rebounds, just picking it up.
Of course, there's clearly talent on this Fairfield Ludlowe roster. James Bork impressed. Kilbride impressed. Christian Peterson started at center as a junior. They impressed. Jane Tabois, of course. There's a lot of talent on that roster, I think, moving forward. It's just going to be finding a way to mesh all that talent together and also getting those guys to, as you said, sort of believe in themselves, be confident out there, be confident in their ability to make things happen on a basketball court. I think there's hope for them moving forward. But, Coach, back to your point, if I'm a team that's going to states, I'm not wanting to play Darien. If they can put it together here at the last few games, win a few games in a row, win 3 of their 5, and get there.
No question, the Blue Wave would be a tough out in the state tournament. They're physical, they play hard, play great defense, and if they can get some of their perimeter shooters to start seeing green from beyond the arc, they could be dangerous, no question about it. Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun, right? I told you guys would have a good time here. It's been a blast having you, Coach. It's always great seeing you. You know that. And Liam, great. For those of you still watching us, Liam and I met about 5 minutes before the opening tip, or maybe not 5 minutes, but
thought
50.
It went well.
Went well, yeah. It was a lot of fun. And obviously, a shout out to Ted Brennan, who was our camera one operator this afternoon for DAF Media. For Brian Silvestro, Liam Naughton, I am Damian Andrew. Darien beats Ludlowe 55-42 in FCIAC boys basketball. This has been a production of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Have a great weekend, everybody.